All right, so we're going to try this again and try to re-record because we were totally interrupted earlier today in first block, which was super awesome. So I just said I was interrupted. So maybe I was interrupted. So duh. So all right, now if we're looking at these, yes, you can solve number one by graphing, or you could do substitution. Okay, if you were doing graphing, the top one is b is 6. Your m is negative 1 over 1, which means down 1 to the right 1. Okay? Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't have to graph it. Previously, I did it graphing and substitution. All right. I'm just doing that so it's a little bit cleaner and then I can connect it. All right. On this bottom one, b equals negative 6, and then m equals 2 over 1. That means up 2 to the right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 up 2, 1 up 2, 1 up 2, or 1 up 2. Okay, so this is the point where they intersect. This would be 4, 2. Now, we checked it both ways. You can actually, if you were doing substitution, you could actually set it up. Let me choose a different color. Like if you're doing substitution, you could actually set them up equal to each other. But you don't have to. That's if you were doing that method. Okay. Now, I would be paying attention to the order and the format as these sheets are coming, like the one we had yesterday, the one we're having today. Because I know come the test Wednesday, people are going to say, I've never seen this before. Well, probably you haven't, but it's been covered in class. Okay? Kind of hard to pay attention to what's going on when you're constantly looking at your phone. All right. Is everybody good with number one? All right. Moving on, number two. All right. So this one is a straight up substitution. Okay? Because I have y equals this. I'm going to take all this and plug it in right here where y was. All right. And I'm going to do my little bar here. All right. So when I combine like terms, this would be negative 1x, then plus 2 equals negative 2. Negative 2, negative 2. All right. Negative 1x equals negative 4. Because, all right. Yep. That would be positive 4. Right? That's negative. That's negative. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Okay. So we're going to use the top equation because it seems easier. All right, 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2, so 14. All right. Zoom out just a little bit. Now, Yes, I solve these fast. I should solve these fast. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't care how fast y'all solve these. Okay? That's why y'all only, like, as far as solving things, y'all only have 4 total on this whole test that you have to solve. Good luck. All right. Is everybody good with number 2? All right. Previously, I said you need to pay attention to the order. Look, the first one on the practice test next week and the test will probably look like something you can just straight up graph. The second one will look like a substitution. The third one will look like this, similar, where it's a very easy elimination. Again, you don't have to use any of those methods, but that's the way it's going to be set up. I know it's substitution, or not substitution, elimination, because these are the same terms, different signs. When I combine these, I get 7x equals 14. X equals 2. All right. All right, let's use the bottom. So 6x plus 2y equals 12. All right. Well, this is 12. Subtract it, subtract it. 2y equals 0. I wonder what's the only thing I can multiply by 2 to make it be 0. Yep. Now, some people would have actually had to sit there and do the next step. That is fine. Okay? Some people just operate like that. They cannot leave something without showing a step. Yes. You're tripping on how I got the 7x, but you're not tripping on how I got 14. Okay. Well, previously, okay, I said that we were combining these. Well, if this is 6 and this is understood to be 1, what is 1 plus 6? Okay, if this is 2, if this is 12, what's 2 plus 12? Aha. Yeah, because these canceled. That's why there's nothing right there for them. I don't want to write a 0. Yeah, there, it doesn't make sense to me. Okay. I hate typing them into the grade book, but unfortunately I have to do it a lot. Okay, that was number 3. Looks like the 5 people that are paying attention are good. All right. Now, same directions as yesterday. If you actually read the directions, it made more sense. It's crazy. Okay, now it says state the equation that we would use and what we would multiply to eliminate the given variable. This is the part where both classes had the hardest time of seeing how you would use elimination if it wasn't automatically same terms, different signs. Okay, good job back there, Butterfingers. Now, so if we're eliminating x. Okay? You could have said top, you could have said bottom. It could have been either because they're both the same thing. I didn't mean for that to happen, it just did. We need one of them to not be a positive. What would we have to multiply by for something to not be a positive? A negative 1. Yeah, you could have used, like, if you said top, it would have worked. If you said bottom, it also would have worked because they're both the same number. All right, I will try to make sure that is avoidable in the future. All right, number 5, we're eliminating y. Well, here's our y's. I have a plus 2y and a minus y in the bottom. What would I need to multiply negative 1 by to make it be negative 2? 2. And I would multiply the bottom and I multiply by 2. Remember, there's that tricky way I showed the other day. I need it to be negative 2. I've got a negative 1. You could divide. Wow. All right. Eliminate x. We have a negative x on top, positive 2x on bottom. This one we're going to use the top, multiply by 2 again. It just so happens that there's a lot of 2's at my disposal. I will try to make sure that doesn't happen again. Because I know somebody will say, is it always going to be multiplied by 2? Is mayonnaise an instrument? No. Okay. So instead of giving you these problems to solve, I wanted to see if y'all could figure out the first step. Okay. And only grading you on the first step. Now, each of these little things are 2 points each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 12 points just in this little section. Easy way to get some points. But some people will be like, I've never seen it. We need it in cover. All right. Define the variables. All right. So we are selling right-handed and left-handed baseball gloves. 1 month they sold 12 for this much. If a right-handed baseball glove sells for this and a left-handed sells for this, how many gloves were sold? All right, so X we're going to say is the right-handed glove. And I am using shorthand because, thank you. So I had a on the, from somebody using shorthand because previously I tried to write right-handed and it just was bad. All right, this would be left-handed. All right, now how many gloves total did we sell? 12. So our X plus our Y equals 12. Okay. Yep. That was, maybe I should have started this way. There we go. Now everything fit. All right. How much are the right-handed gloves worth? 45. How much are the left-handed gloves worth? 52. I don't know why I wrote a 6. And that was 561. Okay, so that's all you had to do for that. I'd put an X where it should be a Y. Oh man, it's like I'm just kind of gave up. How many times should you probably read this word problem? At least 3. Okay. By the way, the equations are 3 points each because there's 3 elements to it: the x, the y, and the constant. All right, number 8. One number is 4 more than 3 times the second number. The difference between two numbers is 18. Woo! If somebody would have said that to me like that, I would have had to say, all right, write it down. One number is 4 more than 3 times the second number. Awesome. I got it. So this is my first number. This is my second number. Okay. The first one is 4 more than 3 times the second number. The difference, which means subtraction, is 18. Now, I can straight up substitute and hopefully y'all can see that, I'm put that in here. What in tarnation? Where did those numbers come from? All right. So we don't do anything to that. Don't do anything to that. All right. If I have 3 of something and I take one away, now I have 2 of something. Okay. I got to move this 4 over. Now I'm going to have 2y equals 14. 2. All right, so y equals 7. Now, I was thinking about this yesterday. This is why you actually have a solution box instead of just an extra x and y over here. Hopefully that was a little bit less confusing for maybe the 4 or 5 people that made it this far. Okay? The 12 people in first block that made it this far, they're like, yeah, that was actually pretty good. That helped me. All right, now, so then we're going to use the top. So this is 4 plus 21. 25. Now, I had a student one time before. I don't know what level they were on. It was a whole nother one. They could actually do all this in their head. They could figure this out in their head. My hat's off to him. I am not that type of person. All right. And yes, number 8 will be some type of like add 2 numbers is this, subtract 2 numbers. It will have very few words because you're solving it. Huh. Hmm. All right. So for this one, I did the lazy thing. I left these 2 inequalities the same and I just changed the x and y because I can. So this is 5. This is -3. All right, if I were to plug all this into the calculator, okay, I should get 12. Is 12 greater than -3? Yes. Okay. Ah. And then plus 2. So 5. All right, so plug this in. I get -1 is less than 4. Is -1 less than 4? Yes, true. Two trues make a yes. How many falses does it take to make a no? One. Okay, it only takes one false to make a no. Plug it into the second thing. I forgot to write a 0. All right. So this is -10 plus -9. Well, that's -19. Is that less than 0? Yes, this is true. And then 4 minus greater than 8. Now, this, again, this just happened to be like it was. I pick random numbers. So this is 20 minus -6. Is that greater than 8? Yep, that's also true. So we get 2 yeses. Yeah. Yes, deep sigh. Okay, 3 points each for these problems because they're mainly like calculator problems. Okay. And I would probably start taking notes for your orange sheet using the salmon sheet from yesterday, this goldenrod sheet, and the sheet that you're going to have on Tuesday. Yes. Yes. All right. Are we good with 9 and 10? Anybody need more time? Okay. Well, again, while we're on this hiatus, I'd like to remind you of our sponsors, Beehaw Honey. It was crazy. I had 47 bottles of honey Sunday. I put it online saying, hey, I'm taking pre sales. I sold all 47 bottles in 2 hours. I know. I was like, okay. They're like, so when are you going to have more? And I'm like, well, I'll talk to the girls when I see them next and see what we can do. You know, we're heading into fall, so not a lot blooming. You know, we just been through a nice little drought. All right. So I don't know how many people actually made it to this one. I'm guessing not a lot. And if you did make it to this one, you actually knew exactly what was happening because you may have listened from last time. Okay. So on the top, my B is 1. My M is -2/3. That means down 2 to the right 3. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right. So when I connect the dots, la la la. Yes, there's a line. We have one pass, and somebody is taking a pretty long time. All right. So all right. Who remembers? This is going to be a bad one. Who remembers what it means when it's like an X and a number? What type of line is that? Well, it is a line. It does go straight, but what direction? Vertical, yes. So when it's x and you know like x equals some number, or like x in some type of anything and some number, it's a vertical line. Okay, so I go to three, three, one, two, three, which happens to be right here. All right. So looks like the pass is finally back. So the three people that's been waiting, y'all need to hurry up and fight over it. Okay. Oh, and somebody that didn't even know, just out of the blue, just snuck up and got it. All right. So, all right. X is less than 3. This is very similar to what we had way back in Unit 1, where it's going to be graphed. This shading goes this way. Okay? On the green one, its shading is up. Okay? So, for those that, you know, if you really filled it in, it was going to look like this. Okay? Now, with your highlighter, with your pencil, scribble scrabble, whatever you want to call it, that's what happens. All right? And that's it. So, don't forget, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.